What's up, everyone? Welcome back to another episode of The Real Breakdown. We are back with another episode, and yes, we are covering Avatar the Last Airbender. My favorite show, your favorite show. We talk about it all the time. Guys, this is a rewatch, meaning that we have seen Avatar the Last Airbender all the way through to the end. We will be talking spoilers. We will be talking, what we loved about it, what we thought could have been different, how we felt the first time we watched it, all that good stuff. So guys, if you have not watched Avatar the Last Airbender, put this in your watch later list and then come back once you have checked it out so you can watch it with all of us. We're doing episode 17 today, guys. We're getting close to the finale here, so let's get right into it. The Northern Air Temple. I have some opinions about this episode.
I have some feelings.
So, travelers, the next time you think you hear a strange, large bird talking, take a closer look. It might not be a giant parrot, but a flying man. A member of a secret group of airwalkers who laugh at gravity and laugh at those bound to the earth by it.
Aren't Airbender stories the best? Was it realistic? Is that how it was back then? I laugh at gravity all the time. Gravity.
Jingle, jingle.
It means a lot to hear Airbender stories. It must have been 100 years ago your great-grandpa met them.
What are you prattling about, child? Great-grandpappy saw the airwalkers last week.
False hope, man.
I know, so much hope at that time, the first time we watched it. And
Hey, we're almost to the
I like the
Northern
beginning
Air
of it because it's different,
Temple.
like that campfire kind of like story.
Do you think we'll really find airbenders?
You want me to be like you or totally honest?
Are you saying I'm a liar?
I'm saying you're an optimist. Same thing, basically.
Oh!
Guys,
I mean, he's right, but he's also being rude AF.
It's beautiful until that.
Yeah.
They really are airbenders.
no, they're not.
What do you mean they're not? Those guys are flying!
Gliding maybe, but not flying. You can tell by the way they move. They're not airbending.
I like that.
Most people have no spirit.
He could recognize that,
Yep.
Free-spirited air nomads.
I don't know, eh? That kid seemed pretty spirited.
He's like, challenge accepted.
Dude, I'm with Aang on this one, man.
Yeah.
Like, straight up.
That kind of feels like cultural appropriation to me. That's probably how he feels.
Yeah. Oh, hell no, boy. I'm gonna make you ball, boy. See how you like that. I mean, from the beginning, they kind of pit them against each other, Like, oh, is this kid gonna be better than Aang?
Yeah, I know. But
See?
I can do more than fancy gliding.
From the beginning, they kind of pit him against each other, which made me not like him right away.
Right.
I was like, who does this guy think he is?
Like, this is the Avatar, man.
Yeah, look at that.
That was cool.
Wow! I don't think I can do that. But here's a good one.
Watch me pollute the air.
Right.
Oh, I remember what he draws now. I'm like, what is he drawing? The disrespect.
What do you think?
It's great.
I'm with Yang.
Hey! You're a real airbender! You must be the Avatar!
How did you not guess that when he was
Amazing.
going like that on the
I
wall?
heard stories about you!
Thanks.
Wow, this glider chair is incredible! You'd think this is good. Wait until you see the other stuff my dad designed.
Can we just talk about the disabled rep here? Like, I appreciate that. I feel like we didn't really see that at the time that this was aired.
That's true. That's true. First I felt like it was kind of a crutch. Like, not a crutch, but like they used that so that we felt like bad for him. But then as the story progresses, you're like, no, okay, like it makes sense.
Right, right.
Wow! Yeah, my dad is the mastermind behind this.
I didn't like this. As soon as
Yeah.
I saw it, I was like,
I was
no.
like, excuse me?
It even pumps hot air currents outside to give us a lift when we're gliding.
This place is unbelievable.
Yeah, it's great, isn't it?
No, just unbelievable.
Aang used to come here a long
Yeah.
time ago.
I'm with
I
him.
think he's a little shocked it's so different.
So better?
It's like industrialization.
Right.
That's kind of the idea. Look, oh,
That
come
is
on.
so bad.
Disrespect.
Right through the face too.
Yeah, the history of his people. I felt all types of way, man. Like, seeing this, I was like so angry.
And it's like green and
Oh. Disgusting.
I'm sure some parts of the temple are still the same.
Katara understands.
yeah. Sokka's more like, ooh, inventions, because that's what he likes.
There's one part of the temple that isn't ruined.
More forward thinking.
Look out!
Oh, I was so mad when this
Yeah.
happened. Furious.
What the doodle? Don't you know enough to stay away from construction sites?
Excuse
We
me?
have to make room for the bathhouse.
Do you know what you did? You just destroyed something sacred for a stupid bathhouse.
Well, people around here are starting to stink.
Yeah, I got the wrong impression of him at first.
I hate-
with that kind of answer.
Yeah, cause like they show no respect. They don't care. Like, this is history here of a people that is no longer
This is a sacred
here.
temple. You can't treat it this way. I seen it when the monks were here. I know what it's supposed to be like.
The monks? But you're 12.
Dad, he's the Avatar. He used to come here 100 years ago.
What are you doing? Who said you could be here?
Doing here. A long time ago, but not 100 years. My people became refugees after a terrible flood. My infant son, Teo, was badly hurt and lost his mother. I needed somewhere to rebuild, and I stumbled.
I just feel like they try to make it like such a sob story. The first time I watched it, I was like, I don't care, man. You don't destroy a temple.
Yeah, but like now, like you understand, you know, desperate times call for desperate
Our
measures.
gliders.
Yes, little light flying machines. They gave me an idea. Build a new life for my son in the air. Then everyone would be on equal
I do like that.
so to speak. We're just in the process of improving upon what's already here. And after all, isn't
See,
that
like
what nature
they tried
does?
too hard for me.
Yeah,
Nature knows
I didn't
where
like
to
that
stop.
last part.
I suppose that's true. Unfortunately, progress has a way of getting away from us. Look at the time.
There's something to be told with that though. Like what he just said there. Like,
Wait till you see my finger-safe knife sharpener. Only took me 3 tries to get it right.
oh,
Follow me.
Hey, Yang, I want to show you something.
I just can't get over it. There's not a single thing that's the same.
I don't know about that. The temple might be different, but the creatures that live here are probably direct descendants of the ones that lived here a long time ago.
yeah, but it's not the same, man.
They're kind of keepers
Yeah.
of the temple's origins.
It's not like the same as the
Besides, there's one
acorn
part
because
of the
like
temple
the
that hasn't changed
acorn
at all.
was a sign that
It'll
would
regrow
grow back.
to what it
This
was.
can never
On the
grow
other end
back.
of the temple.
Only
Yeah.
an airbender can open it. So inside it's completely untouched. Just the way the monks left it. I've always wondered what it was like in
I
there.
wanted that to be true, man.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. This is the last part of the temple that's the same as it was. I want it to stay that way.
I
Respect.
completely understand. I just wanted you to know it was here.
Thanks.
I love that about Aang, man. Like
And also that's respectable about what's his name, Teo?
Teo.
Lanterns are terrible.
But yeah, this episode touches on a lot of things like, you know, industrialization, progressiveness, like
Okay, so you brought me all the way
the idea of building on what's already there,
It's filled to the
but like
brim
also
with
respecting,
natural
you
gas.
know, the
Yes,
past
it's my
and
first
culture
time here.
and
Unfortunately, I
tradition.
was carrying a torch at the time.
And it's a lot of point of views. You got this guy's point of view, you got Sokka's point of view, Teo, Aang, Katara, like
Anyway, there's a vital problem
it's a lot that they're doing
Yeah,
here.
there's a lot to love and a lot to look down upon. Like, there's so much is talked about in this
Agreed.
episode.
Agreed.
So this place is an explosion waiting to happen.
Yes, until I figure out how to locate something I can't see, hear, smell, or touch.
The wind will carry you. It supports something inside you.
Oh my gosh.
Something even lighter than air. And that something takes over when you fly.
I've changed my mind. I think I was born without that something.
Impossible. Everybody has it.
Spirit.
What?
That's the something you're talking about.
Yeah, I suppose it is.
Yep.
Are you ready?
No.
It's that free-spiritedness that the airbenders have.
Right.
I love that Katara's the one going through this.
Right.
I can't believe I'm flying! Just make sure you keep your mouth closed so you don't swallow a bug.
I love
Taya
that.
was right about the air. All I had to do was trust it. Let it carry me. Even though Tayo's not an airbender, he really does have the spirit of one.
And I can respect that.
Yep.
I can respect that for sure.
I've been thinking, if you want to see what's in that room, I'd be happy to open the door for you.
Great.
I think that was a little quick of a flip.
Well, you have to assume that they've spent more time between that and that point.
Well, it's also a 20-minute episode, so.
Yeah.
But
They can't show you everything that they
right,
do.
right. But there's always meaning in every episode,
That's true.
except the Great Divide. But still think this is so cool. Love that
Yeah.
they've been carrying this throughout.
Something's wrong. I've got to go.
Oh, this boiled my blood when I first watched it.
Dude, yeah, when I saw this, I was like, what?
I was like, irredeemable.
This is a nightmare.
You don't understand.
Furthered my hate.
You're making weapons for the Fire Nation.
I
Yeah.
remember watching this, and at the time there were commercials, and I was like, what?
Yeah.
You make weapons for the Fire Nation? Explain all this. Now!
It was about a year after we moved here. Fire Nation soldiers found our settlement. You were too young to remember this tale. They were going to destroy everything, burn it to the ground. I pleaded with them. I begged them to spare us. They asked what I had to offer. I offered my services. You must understand. I did this for you.
Disappointment, disgrace. I mean, it's understandable, but
Right.
When are they coming?
it's not right.
Yeah.
Soon. Very soon.
You can't give them more weapons.
If I don't give them what they want, they will destroy this place.
How can I be proud of you when your inventions are being used for murder?
Yep. I like
I need
that.
some time to think.
I like that he said that.
Yeah.
You need to leave. Go.
We're not leaving.
Then hide. Quickly.
You know better than to keep me waiting. Give me what you owe us so I can be on my way.
Excuse me?
Well, is there a problem?
No. Right this way.
The deal's off.
The Avatar.
And don't get involved.
If I don't get what I came for, the Fire Nation will burn this place to rubble.
Get out of here!
Ooh, love
Air
that.
slap.
Empty-handed.
Then the destruction of this temple will be on your head.
Boy, bet I'm the Avatar.
Right. Like, you think we're just gonna give it up that quick?
Ooh, I love he just slams that. Get your butt out of here, boy. Before I slap your other end.
Bad. Very bad.
Aang, what are we gonna do? How can we possibly keep them all away? I'll tell you how. We have something they don't. Air power.
Air
We
attacks.
control
Yeah.
the sky. That's something the Fire
That's
Nation
very
can't
smart and
do.
strategic.
We can win.
It's like a military strategy.
Right. Find common
They got
ground.
the war balloon working thanks to Sokka. This boy's a genius.
Thank you. You're a genius.
Thank you.
See, the problem with the old war balloon was you could get it airborne, but once you did, it just kept going. You could put a
Right.
hole in the top, but then all the hot air would escape.
Sure.
So the question became, how do you keep a lid on hot air?
Ugh, if only we knew.
Katara.
A lid is actually the answer. If you control the hot air, you control the war balloon.
That's actually pretty smart.
Okay, we got 4 kinds of bombs. Smoke, slime, fire, and...
Stink. Never underestimate the power of stink.
I mean, that's true.
I mean, yeah, but like, would it stop me from waging war? Only if it got in my mouth, I guess. I
But
don't
it
know.
would, like, pause,
Are we ready?
like,
Yes,
Take
but
time to
where's
recover
Sokka
from
with
it.
the
True.
war balloon? We'll have to start without it.
That's pretty cool. I do like, you know, that they're like, we're taking to the skies. They can't beat us there.
yeah,
It shows the value of air power, which comes into play later on.
right.
And we do see some of the, this is where we start to see too some of the Fire Nation's like metal machines, like
Their
metal
strategies, why they're so powerful against other nations.
right, but not just that, but like their creations, like their you know.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like why they've been able to hold their stance for so long.
Yeah. You would think though, since they're firebenders, they would just like firebend out at them.
Well, maybe not all of them are firebenders. I don't think you'd have to be a bender in order to be in the army.
I think you would. It would make more sense. But we don't know.
Yeah.
That was really smart. Honestly, probably killed a lot of people right there.
Hey, so did in Mulan, so it's fine.
Woo! What if that would have stabbed Appa, man?
Dude, Appa is like always
On his toes, man.
right. He's always facing death, to be honest.
See, when I first saw this, I was like, oh, okay. Fire Nation played like that, huh?
Yeah. That's so tough. And yeah, when I saw that, I
Yep.
was like, what?
I was like, oh, okay, these aren't just gonna be some like quick, you know,
Like,
smack them out of the
blow them
way.
up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like you can't just get rid of them easily. It's gonna take some ingenuity, you know. It's like all-out warfare. See, this like makes more sense.
Right.
Hey.
It looks like that Nickelodeon slime.
For real. Look, and then this.
Yeah. I was
Wow.
like, what are you supposed to do?
I think I know how they work. I remember my dad tinkering with a counterbalancing system. Something to do with water. Works great, huh?
Water? Can you get me close to one?
Yeah, I was like, dude, there's snow. You should be water bending. But she was giving him the bombs.
Yeah.
Look at this. We're also seeing that she's gotten a lot better.
Right. She's improved a lot.
I mean, I think the last time we ever talked about them practicing it was like the waterbending scroll
Right.
episode. But I'm assuming they've just been practicing as they travel.
Right. And I mean, we've seen them water bend here and there as well.
Yay!
Dude, Appa always comes in clutch.
I'm telling you, man, Appa is clutch, dude.
Yeah.
We're out of bombs!
Come on, Sokka. Where's that war balloon?
Who knew that this
I know.
would come into play so much later in the finale, dude?
Yeah, literally.
Then I guess they won't see this coming.
Bombs away!
It does look more like slime than just
Stink. Yeah.
Oh no! That's
But
the
still,
last one.
it could work.
Wait a second. You smell that?
Rotten eggs! There! That's where the gas is escaping!
A little convenient.
What are you doing?
That's our fuel source.
It's the only bomb we've got!
I mean, Sokka though, savage. He's like, let's
Yeah.
just blow him up.
He always like is thinking on his toes.
Yeah. He's smart, resourceful,
Yep.
not afraid to take chances. I mean, his character every episode has just kind of been growing.
Yeah.
Look! They're retreating!
We're going down!
No! Hold on!
Get ready!
Oh, that was smart, tying
Yep.
the boomerang. Could have saved the balloon
Yeah.
with Appa.
Yeah, or Aang could have just gone and retrieved it.
You know
But
what?
they couldn't have
I'm really
known.
glad you guys all live here.
Yeah.
I realized it's like the hermit crab. Maybe you weren't born here, but you found this empty shell and made it your home. And now you protect each other.
That means a lot, coming from you.
Aang, you were right about air power. As long as we've got the skies, we'll have the Fire Nation on the run.
Well, you see.
And it's kind of interesting that they... Yeah, see, he knows what's up. It's kind of interesting that they made this the last episode before we kind of get to, like, the end of season 1. So...
This defeat is the gateway to many victories.
Exactly. That's the truest thing, man. Underrated, like, scene right there.
Right. Because that comes into play so much in future seasons.
That's it, guys. Episode 17, The Northern Air Temple. Once again, like, not one of my favorites, but it's because I get so angry watching it. You know, the episode overall is actually really well done. I get angry at the destruction of the temple, like the disregard. I think for me, that's the thing, like, I don't have an issue with the inventor. His name is escaping me right now. I don't have an issue with him, and obviously he comes into play later on and he helps out. But to me, my issue is just the disregard and disrespect for the temple and what was there. Like, you know, those pipes that were going through the murals. Like, you could have made those pipes go somewhere else. You know, like, or not exactly right through people's faces and stuff like that. Like, I understand that desperate times call for desperate needs, but at the same time, I don't know. I just feel like I did not like what they were doing there and how they were polluting everything. And I mean, you just knew that you were like, ugh. But I do like that this episode touched on a bunch of different topics that, you know, aren't controversial, but, you know, are important things that are going on in our world today. And one of them, you know, I think in this one is industrialization, you know, and progressiveness and kind of disregarding the past and tradition and culture, which is something that I kind of struggle with sometimes too, because I love technology. I love when we advance things, but then also we got to look at our carbon footprint. We got to think about, you know, how much e-waste and, you know, how much waste in general we're bringing to the planet, and how it's affecting things and how our society evolutionizes as well. There's a lot packed into this episode, and I also really enjoyed, one of the things I really like is when they talk about that Avatar, or not Avatar, the Airbender spirit, when they talk about that, you know, being able to fly and feel free and having that spirit of, like, being creative and free-minded, free-spirited, all that stuff that the air nomads kind of represent. I really like that because, you know, that's one of the things that I actually, like, if I would love to fly, like just to be able to float through the air and do, like, circles and flips and stuff like that. Like, yeah, I feel like I could be that. As to where Katara was struggling with that at first. She was like, I don't know about this, you know, not everyone, you know, is very keen on it right away. But I do like that they talk about that, because that's one of the main things that differentiates the air nomads from, let's say, the earthbenders, right? Like, later on, we're going to see Toph, like, she does not like being in the air, you know? Like, she's like, I want my feet on the ground, like, I need to be solidly on the ground. So, I like that because it really differentiates them and shows us, you know, kind of what the air nomads were really like. And it makes me miss, you know, them even more, the fact that we don't get them. But I do like that Aang really likes to embody and represent them and say, like, no, like, I'm stuck in my ways because I'm the last person to represent us. So I really appreciate that, and we see that more on in the series and also in the books too. I remember there's quite a few stories in the books about that. So yeah, what are your thoughts on this?
This episode has a lot, like, kind of what we said earlier. There's so much to love and there's so much to hate. Like,
Not hate, be angry about.
Well,
or do you mean hate?
No, I kind of do mean hate, because
okay.
I hate seeing that mural and all those pipes going through it. Like, I hate that. I hate seeing how much pollution they're causing and it being like, oh, haha, look at me draw this funny face in the air that is also polluting the air. Like,
yeah.
Oh, look at our water here is green. Haha, isn't that cool? Like, I don't like that. Like, it's hard because it is, like, cool to see, like, oh, like, look at how they're advancing technology, but seeing that at the cost of that is all this pollution, all this destruction of a rich history that's dying off. when you think of like dead languages, dead cultures, like seeing that is so sad, and to imagine people just like destroying that, being like, oh, this is the last of its kind, let me burn it, or you know, things like that. That's hard to watch, but it's also nice to appreciate seeing how even though those things are being lost, it's being repurposed to help more people. And it's like kind of a tough transition to understand that. I think when I was younger, it was definitely hard for me to see it that way, but now as I'm getting older, it's like, okay, yeah, like these people were lost, they didn't have a home. It's nice that this place that was an empty shell is now being used to help people.
Right.
So it's an episode that makes you think, which I appreciate. And then also, like, this is the turning point for the Fire Nation. You know, they're getting a new type of technology that is going to help them so much in the future. I think we have to give this episode credit for that.
Yeah, and it's not just like a new technology. Like, I like how they made a point to be like, as long as we own the skies, we will always have a chance. And so, yeah, that scene is basically saying, if you give someone like the Fire Nation that industrializes things, they take everything and they, it's like they maximize the efficiency out of it. So they really analyze everything and then they make it to its best capacity, but at what cost, right? So if you give them something where it's like, now this is an opportunity to, because you saw what that little dingy kind of like air balloon looked like. They didn't leave it at that. They took it and they perfected it, and they made it so that what we see in season 3 is a lot more effective, like bigger, like more robust. Like it's just, they took it to another level, and so that's what I think is important. And to kind of point out to what you were saying as well earlier, is that, you know, what you were saying about how industrialization and like at what cost and stuff like that, like a lot of the times too, it's not even that they didn't hate the air nomads. They weren't trying to destroy the temple, but to me the point here is like, is the disregard, is that like they're not even thinking about it, is that it's not even something that registers in their mind that they're doing something wrong, which is the most dangerous part, because they don't have bad intentions. They actually have good intentions, but they don't even realize what they're damaging. And so that to me is the key.
It's cool seeing that this is being exposed to kids, because this is,
it's kind of higher level thinking stuff.
Right, and it's giving you a lot of things to think about, like the dad, him being put in a tough situation. Like, if I want my family and my people to live, then I have to help these people that I know are doing wrong. And it's like that kind of like morally gray area where you're like, okay, you know, he's doing something bad, but he's doing it for a reason. So I think it's just awesome that a kid's show is exposing children to these kinds of ideas.
I wouldn't necessarily call it a kid's show, but it is in a kid-friendly platform on a kid-friendly network. So that's the way I would kind of register it. But that is the Northern Air Temple, episode 17. We're actually moving on to what are the last 3 episodes of season 1, which kind of all string together. So we are very excited to get to that, guys. So hopefully we will see you guys there. And until next time, see ya.